All right, today we're starting in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 16. A gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retains riches. A merciful man does good for his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. The wicked man does deceptive work, but he who sows righteousness will have a sure reward. As righteousness leads to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. Those who are perverse hearted and abomination to the Lord, but the blameless in the ways are his delight. Wow, what a thing here. This is a bunch of verses here to talk about the difference between being righteous and humble, and between being proud, arrogant, and evil. Gracious woman retains honor starts with, a person who, a woman who says, hey, whether woman or man, doesn't matter. A person who's gracious, a person who has gratitude, a person who is thankful retains honor because people like to help people who are thankful. You ever help somebody and they don't say thank you? We do a lot with God, right? We God does things for us, and we don't even think about saying thank you. No, we should say thank you a lot more. That would make us a lot more gracious, and we'd have honor in the sight of the Lord. When we help somebody and they say thank you, rather than well, I deserved it. Boy, there's a big difference whether you want to help that person again or not. How does God do with that? Ruthless men they retain riches. That because they're all about themselves rather than say, okay, I got this. How can I help someone else? What can I do for someone else? And when you're cruel, you don't really trouble somebody else. People think I'm going to be mean to them. That really doesn't trouble them because when you're mean to somebody else, then someone else wants to be mean back to you. And so you're always waiting for when's the other shoe going to drop. So it really doesn't behoove you to be evil or cruel on us because you think you're getting ahead, but you're always wondering who's lurking in the shadows. There's always someone wondering. Evil people are usually paranoid people because they're wondering, again, can I trust this person? Can I trust that person? You've seen the movies. I mean, it happens in real life. It happened with well, some dictators you might know, like Stalin or Saddam Hussein. They killed people close to them because they were wondering if they were trying to plot against them and things. And a lot of times they didn't have any reason for that. And because they're paranoid. When you do what's right, you don't always worry. You're not worrying about the boogeyman behind the next rock. Okay, and that's what God's saying. Live in such a way that you don't have to worry about that because God is protecting you. God is with you because you're doing the right thing. Righteousness leads to life, not just life eternal. How about just having a good life, having a positive outlook, being able to go to sleep well, and not worry about things. Getting up the next day, yeah, there's things that are going to happen, but you know that God's going to be there to take care of that. But why does He do that for you? Because you live righteous. Now, righteous is not perfect. Righteous is trying to do what is right the best you know how, and as you learn more to get better at it, God does. And we do something wrong, saying, "God, I'm sorry," and saying to the person you did something wrong to, "I'm sorry." Righteousness, that is what righteousness is, and those who are and the last part is, but blameless in their ways are His delight. But the blameless in their ways. And what's blameless mean? It doesn't mean perfect. It means you're doing consciously trying to do what is right. We can do things right and still make mistakes. Okay, because we don't know all the variables. We know everything is happening around us, and that's still going to happen in our lives. But the question is, can we try to be blameless, saying, okay, well, I didn't realize what I did there. Because sometimes you might make a really nice comment or make a decision that you think benefits everybody, but it turns out not to. Uh, and because you didn't do it intentionally, you're blameless. But then you got to say, okay, how can I fix this? How can I do it? Those who intentionally try to be blameless are God's delight. And God knows that we're gonna do things and we're gonna still make mistakes. But the fact that we're trying to think about how can we do this the best way possible, that is what God delights in. And when we do that, then even our mistakes can turn out for goodness for God. Verse 21. And then goodness for you in your life because God blesses that. Though they join forces, the wicked will not go unpunished, and the prosperity of the righteous will be delivered. Love this verse. Though they join forces, the wicked will not go unpunished. Here's the thing: God sees everything. It doesn't matter how big an army they gather, how many people they gather around them to come against you. It doesn't matter. Okay, they aren't going to win. It means that as long as you're with God, you plus God is the majority all the time. You plus God is all the strength you ever need because the wicked will never have that. Remember, we have a great verse in First John 4:4. Greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. God, if God's on your side, doesn't matter how many people the wicked get together with them. In the end, they're going to lose. They're going to lose on earth too, because God is always going to honor His people. God's always going to do that. The thing is, sometimes it looks like they're winning. Yeah, but remember, the story's not over yet. As long as you stay with God, you know the end of the story. And then God, what he'll do, he'll use your story to help those people see that, hey, there's something about following God. There's something you guys need to know before it's too late. Just a great verse there. So I hope you have a great day. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you, and you're absolutely awesome.